The Conundrum Hot Springs in Colorado. You can get this mineral-rich, warm water and beautiful views all to yourself if you take on the journey of the 18-mile round-trip hike to get here.
Here's the Alltrails webpage for this trail, which gives you information about the Conundrum Creek trail to get to the hot springs. Limited parking is available at the Conundrum Creek trailhead, so get there very early, especially if you're doing a day hike to get back before nighttime.
You can choose to backpack here and camp overnight at the hot springs, but you need to obtain a permit for this. We chose to do a day hike and our legs are very tired in the latter third of the trail back to our car, as this was our most challenging day hike to date. The large elevation gain of 2,791 feet wasn't too difficult because the gain is spread out over the 9 miles to the hot springs pretty evenly.
We hiked in July and started at 6 AM on a weekday to avoid any crowds, as this is a popular hike. On our way to the springs, we saw varying scenery from lush open valleys to dramatic high-angle views. It rained lightly throughout the hike, which was enjoyable but made safety precautions much more important when crossing rivers by way of slippery wooden logs. We kept our photography gear dry by using a rain cover built in our camera backpack.
You also have to ford a few river crossings on the way. Changing into water shoes was very helpful to avoid slipping or stepping onto sharp objects on river crossings and in the hot springs themselves. We included links in the video's description to the camera backpack and water shoes we use, as well as the portable water filter we take on hikes.
Other big obstacles on our hike were the many avalanches obscuring the trail. The Alltrails app was very helpful in making sure we were on the right path, as it was sometimes very confusing as to where the trail continues. We saw many funny marmots and a few moose, but there were no other people on the way to the hot springs, only a few on the way back.
After traversing beautiful forests and valleys, you finally reach the hot springs. The water was pleasantly warm when we were there, and it would have been even nicer in hotter weather, as it wasn't the hottest hot spring, but it was still extremely enjoyable. The water relaxes your muscles maybe a bit too much to get back on the trail right afterwards. This is probably why our legs were so tired on the latter part of the way back. It was very worth it though, and this experience is something that we will truly never forget.
We hope that you enjoyed this video and that you will visit wonderful places in nature in the future. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for travel inspirations, tips, photography tutorials and more.